Alright guys, we have a little cooler here, and here's the compressor. So we're going to use a non-contact voltage tester right now, and this is going to help us to get to the bottom of it. So right now, the non-contact was acting kind of weird. I was getting mixed signal, so I decided to use my meter, but it does work if the battery's not acting weird. So the rest of the video is going to be with a regular meter. Now, to take this cover off, you need to push this down, and you need a sharp edge or a flat blade screwdriver, and you pry this up. So hopefully that's clear. Push down and pull out. I need two hands. Once you push and you pull, it's going to be like that. And then you're able to pull this thing off. You have to also get the other side off. All right, so we're gonna plug it back in. Make sure you unplug it while you're doing anything. Okay, so power is present, guys. Okay, so we're dealing with either the start device, which is the bottom one right there, or this top one, which is the overload. I don't see anything coming out of it. So it seems like power is going in, but it's not coming out. So unplug again, and then we're gonna test that. I'm gonna take this guy off. You might need a flat blade screwdriver, or just hold it while and wiggle it. Make sure you're not plugged in. It comes off, just wiggle. There it goes. Alright, so normally this guy is what is bad. You're gonna check him for continuity, or we can check him for power going in. Sometimes you can shake them. If they're not shaking, they're bad. And this guy, you will put your probe in here and put it up there, checking for continuity. So let's do that. Okay, so he's good. So he's not the problem. And I'm gonna do the same for this guy. Sometimes you gotta disconnect one wire. So we're getting continuity as well. Sometimes you'll get a fake or a false reading. So we're gonna check it for power. Sometimes when you engage it with power, it loses. So we're gonna stick one lead in here. Or you could have a bad compressor. We'll check that as well. And I'm gonna put it here. Make sure it stays in. Go to volts AC. It's DC. All right, and now I'm gonna plug in. Make sure nothing's touching anything. And we don't have 120 volts. So another test you can do, you can run your meter directly into these wires, into the white, and also into this guy, and to see what's coming in. So, all right. So we're gonna take these off. I'm gonna check this wire because we're not getting any voltage to this. That explains why we're not running. Also, while we're here, put your meter in continuity, and we're gonna check this little compressor. Stick one lead on the ground, the body, and one of these on the pin. It should not beep. Either pin. any of them beep, and you're bad compressor. And another place you can check it is on the compressor itself or in the copper. You just make a little mark here, keep one here, and then stick it on there, and it should not beep. Alright guys, so to verify that you're getting power to the unit, what you want to do, unplug these two white wires, and you're going to have your meter set to AC, volts AC. Now if you want to be on the safe side, go ahead and mark, just put a little dot so you know where each go back. This one has a little mark I just put, just makes putting it back together a lot easier. Now we're going to plug it back in. We should get 120 volts here. Takes a second. So we're hooked up, we should be getting 120 volts, and we're not. So we need to check inside and check that thermostat, because that is where our line is. So let's check that thermostat. All right, so now we're gonna be taking this out, and I'll show you how to check it, and also how to do a quick bypass temporarily, just to make sure that everything else is working before you purchase one. All right, now 2 Phillips screws, and I think you pull it forward and it should come down. Make sure the unit is unplugged before you do anything. All right guys, so now we have the thermostat exposed. You can check that for continuity as well, but right now that's your black wire in the back that was sending power, had power with the blue wing nut, and the power comes here, goes through one of those terminals, and also this one, and that's how your unit will start. So right now, we're gonna plug up, we're gonna turn the machine on, and we should get 120 volts. So let's plug it in. As you can see, 120 volts. So as of right now, that thermostat is bad. I'm going to show you how you can get your freezer up and running temporarily. All right, so we're hooked up, and you can see nothing on the meter. That tells you that your thermostat is dead. Replace that, you should be up and running. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to put a small piece of wire here and into that one, just to turn the compressor on, just so you can have some peace of mind, and at least you know that everything is up and good, and all you have to do is replace that. Now, your thermostat, you'll have see the long lead, that white piece, it goes under here. So just be careful not to damage that. It does have mercury, which is toxic, so be mindful of that. All right guys, so what I have is a piece of wire, and put some tape just in case. And we're gonna plug the unit in, and you're gonna hear the compressor kicking on. Hopefully you can hear it. Compressor's running. 72. You can hear the refrigerant flowing. $73 should be going down. Good, 72. All right, it's fluctuating right now, but
don't run your unit like that. If you do want to keep it like that, you gotta unplug the unit every 6 hours or so. You let it run, unplug it, and you can feel it. It's getting cold. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, and just to make sure that everything is flowing properly before we order a part for that. All right, let's see what our temperature is. It'll be a few minutes. Look at that, 45, guys. So it's cooling down. 43, 41, 40. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.